Credit card can make you money or it can destroy your finances. Today we will go over 6 things. Number 1, the biggest mistake a lot of people are making while using their credit card. In number 2, we will cover what is the correct way of using credit card. Number 3, we will know how credit utilization can make or break your credit. In number 4, we will go over why use credit card over debit card. In number 5, we will check, is withdrawing cash from credit card a good idea or bad idea? Don't miss the 6th point, because if you are making this mistake, you might be losing on thousands of dollars each year. Let's dive in. Drew and Pat, two good friends, were crazy about football. They loved watching Super Bowl. Drew was Eagles fan and Pat was Chiefs fan. They went for the Super Bowl game. Both bought a ticket for $2,500 each. Of course, as the result went, Drew was extremely happy with the result of the Super Bowl. He went bar hopping, he went partying, he partied all night, swiping his card, enjoying his night out. Pat, on the other hand, he just went home and slept. At the end of the month, the credit card bill came. Drew, since he had a lot of spending that night, he did not have enough money to pay off the credit card. So he thought, okay, I'll just pay the minimum balance of 3%, which is $75. The rest of the money go to the next billing cycle. Pat, on the other hand, had everything automated. So he paid his $2,500 by end of the month and his life was sorted. No worries there. But Drew thought he's safe because he paid the minimum balance. Of course, he was safe because he did not have to pay any late fees, but he carry forwarded rest of the balance to the next month, where he had to pay the interest back to the credit card company. So out of $2,500, he paid only $75. So $2,425 went to the next billing cycle, and he started paying around 21% APR on that balance. And guess what happened the next month? His car broke down. Again, an expense of $2,500. Well, he did not have money to pay that either, so he kept paying the minimum balance. So now $2,500 from the previous month and $2,500 from this month, that is $5,000 in debt. These small debts can easily snowball into a mountain of debt, and it is extremely hard to climb that mountain and pay off the debt. That's why it is very important to use your credit card wisely. That's why this is the number 1 mistake to avoid. Do not pay the minimum balance. Pay the entire balance on the credit card and avoid credit card interest. Since Pat has automated his credit card payment by the end of each month, the credit card company already knew that Pat is not the greatest candidate for us to get any money from him. But the credit card company knew that Drew is a good candidate to get some extra money out of him, because he was now paying 22% APR. And guess what? The following month, he forgot to pay the minimum balance, and now he's paying late fees. So Drew is already paying interest on the credit card because he was not able to pay his credit card in full on that first particular month. So that's what he's paying. Number 2, since he forgot to pay the minimum payment due this month, now he's paying the late fees. That is a second form of money a credit card is earning out of Drew. Do you know a third way how credit card companies earn money? Pause this video for just 2 seconds and comment below what do you think is the third form. The third form is the merchant fees. You might have seen Visas, MasterCards, Amex, they process your credit card, right? And they charge up to 2 to 3% fees on this processing. We also call it processing fees. You might have often seen small businesses push these charges on the customers, either by hiking the price of their goods or just as card surcharges. So these are the 3 ways credit card companies make money out of you. Now coming back to Drew, if he keeps making the 3% minimum payment, do you know how long would it take for Drew to pay off his credit card balance? It will take him 4 years and 8 months. And at the end, he would have paid $4,200, $2,500 for the ticket and $1,700 as an interest payment. That is huge. That's why interest payment is the largest revenue stream for all the credit card companies. All the credit card companies make 80% of their profit by interest payments. They make around 15 to 20% on all sort of fees, the annual fees, the late fees, and around 3 to 5% on merchant fees. I think that's enough of talk about Drew. Let's talk about Pat. Pat uses the credit card the right way. So how should you use your credit card the right way? Pat uses his credit card like a debit card. That means he never spends more than he can pay off. He uses credit card as a debit card, as if it is his own money. And of course, he automates his monthly payments. Though Pat's credit card limit is of $10,000, he knows knows that if he uses that $10,000, that is all borrowed money. He will have to pay it back. So he doesn't feel the need to max out his credit card or show off his friend how much he can spend on unnecessary expenses and partying. Drew, on the other hand, also has $10,000 credit limit, but he spent $2,500 on the ticket and $2,500 on the car. That means he has already utilized 50% of his credit limit. Now what happens? This sends a bad signal to credit bureaus, saying that this person is borrowing a lot but he is not able to pay back the amount. That means his credit score will be dinged, it will be reduced, it will go down. If your credit utilization ratio is greater than 30%, it sends a bad signal to credit bureaus and your credit score will be affected. That's why you should always keep your credit card utilization ratio, your debt utilization ratio under 30. If it is less than 10%, it is even better. Lenders see high utilization as a risk. So if you apply for a new credit card or a mortgage or a car loan, there is a high possibility that they may charge you higher interest rate compared to PAT, or they might just not approve your application. So you might say now that there is so much hassle using credit card. Why the heck should I supposed to use credit card? Why can't I just go for debit card? Well, there are benefits. Number one, if your card gets stolen, either debit card or credit card is always safe. Most issuers offer zero liability policies. So if your card is stolen, you're only responsible for the first $50. But if your debit card is stolen, it is directly linked with your bank account. Someone can empty your bank account using your debit card. That is not the case with credit card. It is not linked with your bank account. So it is much safer. Number two, it of course help you build your credit history, build your credit score. When you are using credit card, you are borrowing money each month and you are paying off the next month. It gives a signal to all the lenders. It gives the signal to the credit bureaus that this guy is responsible. So next time when you go to buy a car and you have to apply for car loans or mortgage for a new credit card, well, yeah, they will lend you money on less interest rate, because your credit history is good, your credit score is good. Not just that, if you are going out and if you want to rent out an apartment, the landlord will run a credit history on you and he will check if this person has a good payment histories, how much this person owes, how much debt he has. So his decision making is also driven by all these facts and your credit history. And the last one, of course, you can enjoy the perks, you can enjoy the cashbacks, you can enjoy the rewards. And if you are traveling at the airport, you get access to the lounges. Those are all perks of credit cards. That's why you should use credit card, but responsibly. Number 5, withdrawing cash with credit card. It is also called as cash advance. This is a crime. Never, ever, ever, ever withdraw cash from your credit card. Why? Because if you withdraw $500, there is a right away fees of 3 to 5%. If you say it is 5%, that means $525. So you are withdrawing $500, but you right away owe $525, right? If you're withdrawing $100, you right away owe $105. And it has much higher rates than your credit card. The interest rate is 25 to 30% on cash withdrawal. And the interest start accruing right away. It doesn't wait for the end of the cycle for the interest to kick in. It starts right away as soon as you withdraw your cash. And of course, there are no cashback, no perks, there are no rewards, there are no points on cashes. So I don't see any point use this cash right away unless you are in a dire need of cash. It is a true emergency. Only then you can go for this option. I would never ever go with this option at all. And the last one, this can save you hundreds or thousands of dollars. I have a friend, Mike, who is a semi-truck driver. He's on the road all the time. He drives 10 to 12,000 miles each month and he spends around $6,000 on gas. But guess what? He has a normal credit card which doesn't offer any incentive on gas. There are credit cards in the market which offer 5%, 6% cashback on gas. He should have used that. If he's spending $6,000 each month with 5%, that will be $300 each month. He would have received $300 each month, $3,600 each year. He's losing out $3,600 each year because he doesn't have the right credit card. On the other hand, my other friend Gordon, he's a restaurant owner. He again buys thousands of dollars of groceries each month, and he told me the name, he has Blue Cash Preferred Card by Amex, which gives 6% cash back. he is earning hundreds of dollars each month and thousands of dollars each year just in rewards, just in cashback. So it is extremely important to choose your credit card. Use your credit cards wisely. If you are in sales, if you are flying every week or every few days, it makes sense for you to have a credit card like a Southwest credit card or Alaska Air credit card, which gives you extra point, which gives you extra cashback. So selecting credit card, selecting correct credit card is very important. You need to look into which one is right for you. I hope you like this video. I need your little help here. Please rate this video from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. And if the rating is less than 7, could you please mention what I could have done better in this video? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your fired friend Sushant signing off.